Later on in this video, I'd like to introduce a simple script that I've written in Python that intends somebody to write Python code with curly braces instead of indents. You might be wondering, why on earth would you ever be interested in doing that? Well, I'm making some minified Python programs, and using this kind of syntax, first of all, it's more like tight, eye-pleasing to my taste. Might be not the case for you. Well, in generally, yeah, I understand the Python principles, all this stuff, indentations like the visit card, but if you just want your very own style of codes, then you can use it. This script is super small and very straightforward. Okay, so you can input the code like this. You may ignore indentations, just use the curly braces every time you use a code block. So literally every time you want to make you replace in your code, you may replace the colon with the opening curly braces, and when the code block ends, you just need to put the closing curly braces. That's kind of important. You cannot use the normal syntax. Well, probably you can, but I'm not sure if the behavior would be defined or undefined after. It's a bit hard to say. And another interesting part here is that you may use semicolon, but not just the way how you would normally use it in the regular Python, but it would just be replaced with a new line, assuming the indentation that we currently have. So you cannot print space here. This is like mentioned in the limitations. And apart from this, yeah, everything else just works nicely. So let me quickly demonstrate how this works. So here is the cloned repository. So I just want to show you the example.pb. I make this pb Python braces extension to reference this kind of code. Okay. So if true, then all the stuff else. So I'm just showing that the indentations might be like random, and here I want to put everything into a single line, for instance. So as a result, sorry, out in Vim. As a result, I can simply say Python 3 pb.py. It just gives me how to use it if no arguments are given. So I want to have the example.py to pb, and the output I want to be the example.py. Now let's have a look at the example.py, and it prints the code, okay, which is valid Python code. So just do Python 3 example.py, and all works nicely. Alright, but let me show you the actual usage of this. Like, why did I make it for my very own self? So this editor called E is the world's smallest text editor, as far as I'm aware, that I've written in Python. And the original source code looks like this. I made a video on this, so you can have a look if you're interested. So user local bin and E. So this is the source code of the editor that I'm using. So you see, like, we have extra space characters for indentation, and in case if I want to break the line, I'm using this new line character over in here, which like takes extra space, which is not literally needed for the program. Like, it's needed for programs to work, but it's not visually eye-pleasing because the Thai code, the obfuscated code, I don't want it to have unnecessary bland characters, unless that's syntactically impossible to make it the other way. So I will now show you how this code looks in the Python braces syntax. Okay, so just quit from here, and I go to this one, and I just want to open e.py. I guess this one. This is it. Yeah. So this is the Python braces version. You see, like, we have braces here. Okay. And again, if we literally, obviously, that we can like make it back to more like normal format. But so notice that I can use the oh my goodness, I forgot how this character is called. Can you believe? Colon and semicolon. Semicolon. I can use semicolon to split the expression, like the instructions, literally instructions and the if block. So in Python, you cannot do this. If block should be from the new line, but this preprocessor essentially allows you to have it in one line. So probably first, let me show you how this can be used. So I just do python 3 pb.py and e.py as the input and call the edit.py as the output and open the edit.py. So this is the Python code that is generated from the obfuscated version that I've used. So everywhere it like sets the proper indentations, okay, and every time it encounters a semicolon, it literally creates a new line. So if you have if you would have a space after the semicolon, the indent would be broken like this, and the code is now going to work to give you an error. So you shouldn't have any spaces after the semicolon. So the reason why to use this semicolon at all is just to make sure that I can make the code as tight as possible. And yeah, probably one last thing. So just to give you an idea, it doesn't obviously have to be this like obfuscated. So you can literally get rid of the, well, even this might be still there. So say you may make the code look like this. No particular reason to have indentations here. I'm just showing you that this is kind of possible. And then this try except kind of thing here. So just want to show you that even if I do even if I do change the format, it would still like preprocess and run. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing this for the entire thing, but just for just like this, only with this try except block, and leave alone the rest. So this is how the code may look like. So this code would be translated into the valid Python code. You can even do like this. Yeah. So save, quit, and again convert, and the result is fairly similar. So just result in exactly the same code. And if I do python 3 edit.py, okay, okay, I messed up with the probably I accidentally deleted the accidentally deleted the space. So this is just a typo. Yeah, and kind of works again. So just to give you an idea how efficient this is, so the e.py file, okay, I probably, do I really now need to make it all back? I just want to show you that the version that doesn't contain these extra spaces is actually less than the version with the regular Python syntax. Okay, so just right quit, try to make it again, and the editor still works. So if we count the bytes, in the e.py, it's like 1068. Well, I had 1063 or something. If you make it a bit better, like smaller, better manage the indentation, like the lines, the line characters as well. So 1068. And now if I do the same command for the user local bin e, and this is like 1148. So this is like much less characters, so way more efficient, like in terms of using characters. So we literally strip off unnecessary spaces that we no longer need to put in there in the codes. Yes, we do add some extra character for the end of the code block, and we just replace the colon with the opening curly braces, and the end of the end of the code block with the closing curly brace. Yeah, and this is how it looks like eventually. So um, I don't know if this might be useful to anyone for any purposes, but just wanted to share what I did, how I did, and why did I do that.